to BobTube TV.
Hey guys, it's me, Kenny. So welcome back to BobTube TV. Today has been the weirdest, most stressful, complicated, and impressive day of my life. Let me run you through the story. First of all, I got new glasses. But Kenny, they look the same! Well, actually, I only got new frames for the lenses because the left arm was poop on my other glasses. So we went ahead and just bought new frames for now, and if these hold up, these will be my backup pair for when I actually get new glasses, which will probably be in like May. So they look exactly the same. They're the exact same frames. Still gotta adjust to them a little bit, but honestly, they're really good. Okay, we're going to skip over the main attraction of this video, and we're going to go to the next thing that happened. My loop shifter broke. So how did we get here? Okay, well it still works, but yeah, do you see this circuit board hanging out? Basically, I shifted it, and I kid you not, the whole thing exploded. A huge chunk of plastic just gone. And now this thing is hanging out. But it does still completely work, and as long as those connections stay connected, then it will still work. I can still shift it, I can still play it. It looks ugly, but at least it still works. And then I had my dad fix a few things today. And one of the things I got him to fix was... So yeah, I never really talked about this on YouTube, but I did take apart my Simon Air one day and kill the speaker. Which, in this case, I also just told him it died. But yeah, it took him like 8 minutes, very simple repair. So if you have a Simon Air with a dead speaker, send it to 45... I'm kidding, don't do that, and also do not find out my address or I will kill you. Okay, I'm kidding again. So all that happened. Stella got a blue full-size is like, what the hell? Oh my god, no way, yeah. But to the main attraction, I got a package in the mail, a very interesting package, and earlier I did an unboxing video of this package, and that video was getting deleted, yeah, because in the video, things went completely wrong. So, there were two things in the box. Yep, I got more Hatchimals. This is a twin set of P-Cats, Pinkfoot, and Bluefoot. But why P-Cats? Why need them? You have twins. Well, actually, at this point, I only have one complete set of twins. It's two Ligals. Like, my twins are dying out. So, it's another good reason why I have these. But... first of all, Twin A was supposed to be high pitch, and it is. I'll demonstrate that later. But these twin P-Cats are very special. Let me tell a story. We're going back to the year 2018. Okay, so basically, I've hatched a few Hatchimal Surprise twin sets in my days. 3 to be exact, but anyways, and I've seen a lot of people hatch them, and, you know, it's always just, you know, when they hatch, they make hatching sounds, they peck out at the top, and that's kind of what happens. Some of them are defective, and their necks don't expand or whatever, but otherwise, it's pretty standard. But in 2018, I got this set of P-Cats from Target. First of all, something weird was the egg had a bunch of tape on it for some reason, which made the egg really sticky. Don't take that out of context. Okay, so, but here's where the weird things happen. It gets to the hatching stage, and first of all, I could not get this thing to hatch for the life of me because the egg was so sticky that it wasn't registering my rubs. So, my dad ended up scrubbing the crap out of it with his hands, and that's how we got to hatch. But all of a sudden, when it started hatching, it did the usual sound that goes a little something like this. But then all of a sudden, I started hearing this strange music. The strange music went a little something like this. So, not only were me and my mom so confused, but we were also pissed off because we couldn't get the Hatchimals to hatch. Okay, so we basically took a crowbar. Okay, I already told you guys how we got them to hatch, but still. And so, I never really got an answer to what the strange music was. I eventually got rid of those PCATs because the Twin Bee had a crap light. And you had to punch it to get it to work properly. And they were just in mad condition eventually, and their wings fell off, and yeah, they kind of just deteriorated. Just like with my Dravens, and my first set of Deerials. Oh, but not the Zuffins. You guys don't want to know the story of the Zuffins. Anyway. And so, yeah. Strange. Very strange. About 2 years later, I'm on YouTube, and I see a video of someone hatching a Draven, and what do I hear? The weird music. That's for the 2024! Did I say 2024? I meant 2025! And I meet this seller on eBay who's selling a bunch of Hatchimals, like bunches, like it's crazy. And you guys have known that I've bought them from the seller twice now and have featured them in 2 videos. Well, not actually feature them, but featured the items I received. So yes, I did buy these from the same guy. And thing is, they were $28, which is pretty good. Pretty good if I do say so myself. I mean, they're in really good condition. They're tagged. I'm going to leave them tagged. But I actually will be using these in Kennyland videos, but I'll get to that later. And so, I contacted them, asking if they knew what this weird thing was. Because when I got my prototype Draven, which is, right here. When I got this from them, I all of a sudden got that memory flashback in my head, and I was like, I wonder if they know about this. And turns out they did. These are Generation 2 PCATs. But there's Generation 2 Dravens and PCATs, but I haven't seen Generation 2 anything else. So what the fuck? And basically, these are the exact same PCATs that I hatched on that fateful day. So, true question is, are these Gen 2 PCATs? Is this one high-pitched? Do they work? Let's find out. We'll start with Twin B. Okay, kidding. So, basically, they did tell me that their Twin B that they were sending me had some kind of eye problem, and that if you hit the eyes, it would work. They also told me that it used to have battery issues, and when I first got this thing kept cutting off and off and off and off and off. And in my video, I literally said, oh my god, it's missing a battery terminal! Turns out one of the battery terminals was like way lower than the others. I don't exactly know how you have that happen. But after just getting a screwdriver and kind of bringing it up a bit, now it's not resetting at all. There's also a weird rattle in its head. And I'd be like, well, Kenny, both LEDs are dead. That's stupid. Well, it turns out they're not. Watch this. That's a common twin glitch. Do not question that. There you go. So why do they light pink and not blue? I have no idea, but it's kind of cool. So you might be wondering, well, are there any differences with this? Like this Gen 2 Twin B PCAT? And to answer your question, I'm not sure. However, someone under the name Hi, My Name is V did the test mode on their PCATs. So I'm going to double check the revision number, and if it's different, I'll let you guys know in the description. But let me go ahead and demonstrate the test mode. Wrong test mode. Now, for this Twin B, you do the test mode the same way you always would. Hold the head and then press the nose. And yes, it sounds like saying Pikachu, I know. This is the mic test. This is everyone's favorite mic test. I suppose it wasn't on the mic test. Erg. This is the mic test. This is everyone's favorite mic test. Okay, so the revision number is 9. I just love the voice say 9. 9. Oh yeah, the right eye's acting up. So sometimes the right eye will actually cut out a bit, to be fair. And I think punching it will fix it. Nope, it made it go out. Oh, cool. It's back! What? Yeah, that can happen. The terminal might be getting a little loose again. Okay, trying this again. Let's go to the sounds test. This is the So, it's a really standard sounds test, and I'm just going to reveal it and say that there's nothing difference. It glitched out and died. There's nothing different between the Generation 1 or 2 Twin B PCAT's test mode. Now, huge difference with Twin A. Not only do we have the song that I was talking about, but we actually have to do the test mode differently. This is where the story gets bullcrap. So, when I got that twin, when I got these twins, I was raging and I was like, oh my god, they didn't tell me about all this stuff. But my main reason was because the egg clip sensor on this twin was not working. Or so I thought! So, I ended up taking it apart, and I actually brought it with me while I was getting my glasses and got it in test mode once, somehow. So I was just convinced it was really broken, and that this was it. I was going to have to, like, return them or something. So, eventually a wire snapped, and the 2 more wires snapped. But thanks to my dad, they're all resoldered now. And I currently have this set to egg stage, so let's go ahead and experience that first Hatchimals PCAT experience once again. And fair warning, the song is fucking beautiful. Now you might think, well, it's just the same looping track. Give it some time. Let's go ahead and encourage him. Sometimes the egg clip sensor acts up a little bit, but it does fully work. I'll explain that later. Come on. Sometimes twins hate hatching, I don't know why. It's not feeling my love. Hate when this happens. This is something that can happen sometimes. Come on. Okay, what in the frick? Hold on, guys. There we go. Don't move. Oh. There we go. Now, listen carefully. It's starting to hatch. Now, this track is going to loop 4 times. But now, at this point, the egg would maybe have a small crack or 2. Now maybe the egg is getting ready to bust big time. And in celebration of that, the music changes. Now, you might think this is it, but 4 more loops will give us another change. This will be when the Hatchimal, the top twin is either free or is about to be free. So one question remains. What is this mysterious song and why does it exist? I don't know! But it's beautiful and I'm glad it does. Now, here's the thing. When you do the test mode on a Twin A Hatchimal, for example, the sounds test, you hold down the head and you put the screwdriver in its butthole and wiggle it a little bit while turning it on. But on this, you have to do extra buttons. So when I thought the A-clip sensor was dead, and I took it apart and ended up busting 3 wires, it wasn't. I was just doing the test mode. But yeah, here's how to do the sounds test. So, has a screwdriver in. I believe you hold down the head button and then you're going to press its nose after you turn it on, like this. I missed the button completely. That's great. Yep. PCAT 1. This is a mic test! Everyone loves the mic test. Now, you might be wondering what's the revision number of this PCAT? Well, it's a... 9. Why they're both 9, I don't know, because I swear I don't recall the twins sharing revision numbers, but maybe they do. Now, here's the best part, though. The sounds test. 9. I just failed to do that properly. This is the mic test. And something weird is that these will actually say PCAT 1 and PCAT 2 after you do it for the first time, which isn't normal. So that's also different. Yeah, here's the proof the egg clip sensor works, by the way. Okay, so the sounds test. Here we go. It starts off very normal. We'll speed through this. Okay, we're getting close to the time where we're going to have to slow our nice roll, because something is coming. And we're going to slow down right about here. And now we're greeted with our favorite songs. Now you bet your ticklish toes from 2001 that I will be recording both test modes in high quality and making music loops, a realistic music loop of like when it's hatching, and then like a long music loop of each of these tracks, and then maybe I'll even record this of the sound of this hatching and everything and all this stuff. There's a lot coming from these two twins. More than I expected, honestly. Plus. In Kennyland, the Deerials are the cops. However, this changed around 2018 when I got the PCATs. They replaced the Deerials' jobs, and they became the cops. There was a point when the Zuffins, which I used to have, were the cops for like 2 days, but nope. And this was all before Kennyland was on YouTube, blah, blah, blah. But since my Twin A Deerial is broken, and now that I have these, I think it's time our police officer buddies come back once again. So we're the PCATs. Yeah, we're the cops. And we sound like the click and spin. Now they'll probably just have my voice. You're under arrest, bitch. Yeah. Okay, I'm kidding. So, yeah. Very happy. It's been a day. I don't know what to say. Baba Booey.
40 volume level.
Yeah. Reed just made a 2-second appearance. Bye now, because I don't know what else to say. So this is the end today. I should really go to sleep. Hey guys, so I was just going to put this in the description, but believe it or not, there is a difference in the PCAT revision number. The 1.0, which Hi, My Name is V has, is 7. So, yeah. So those are 7 PCATs. These are 9 PCATs. Okay, bye for real.